Hi everyone, and welcome to the Excel Hub. Today we'll cover the first video of the intermediate series. In this series we'll start leveling up your Excel skills with formulas and functions that analysts, modelers, and business users rely on every day. To kick off, we're diving into lookups, which are essential for pulling information from a dataset using VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. If you'd like to follow along, the practice workbook is linked in the description below. Lookups solve one of the most common problems in Excel. Often you know the value in one column, but want Excel to show you the matching value from another column. Whether it's a price, a category, a code, an ID, or a date, lookup functions let Excel search and automatically return the correct result. Let's start with the classic VLOOKUP. It searches down a column, finds your value, and returns something from another column in the same row. We've started by already typing a lookup product, apples, and then in the cell below, enter equals VLOOKUP. First select the lookup value, followed by the lookup range. We want it to return the value in the third column, so we type 3. And finally we type false, as we want an exact match. Excel instantly returns the price for apples. It does, however, have some limitations. The lookup value must be in the first leftmost column, and you can only look to the right. You must also manually specify a column number. Therefore, it's still an essential function, but not perfect. Now, before we move to XLOOKUP, let's talk about HLOOKUP. And HLOOKUP is VLOOKUP, but horizontal. It searches across the top row of a table and returns data from a row below. Let's try it. Let's look for March across the top row and return the value in the row below that. So we type equals HLOOKUP, search for the lookup month, enter the range, and since we're looking up the value in the second row, we can type 2, followed by false. And as you can see, it returns 1600, which does indeed correspond to the month of March. HLOOKUP is therefore less commonly used, but it's still extremely handy when your data is laid out horizontally. Now let's consider a function that replaces both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, which is XLOOKUP. It's more powerful, flexible, and easier to read. Let's repeat the apples example first with XLOOKUP. We type equals XLOOKUP. Firstly, we search for apples, and we search within the product column, and then we want to return the value in the price column, so we can select that next, and then click enter. And as you can see, there's no need for column numbers, no restrictions on the direction, and no need for your lookup column to be on the left. You can also add optional arguments, for example, a custom message if nothing is found. You can add match nodes, search directions, and wildcards for partial text. Let's now use XLOOKUP to substitute HLOOKUP here. So we type equals XLOOKUP, enter the lookup value, followed by the lookup array, and finally enter the return array. We can then click enter, and as you can see, once again, it returns 1600. Let's now do some practice questions based on the next data set, where we have IDs, names, departments, and salaries. The first question is asking us to find the salary of employee E104 using XLOOKUP. So in other words, retrieve the value in the fourth column here. We type equals XLOOKUP. We enter the lookup value, which is E104. The lookup array is the ID column, and the return array is the salary column. We can then close brackets and click enter. This returns 50,000, which is indeed the corresponding salary. Next, let's find the departments for employee E102. Once again, we can use XLOOKUP, change the ID here, select the same lookup array, and change the return array. And as you can see, this correctly returns HR. Next up, let's use XLOOKUP to return the employee name for ID E105. So a repetition really of what we did earlier. We search for E105 within the same lookup array, and this time we change the return array to the name column. Next up, we'll type an ID which doesn't exist in our dataset, and we'll want it to return an error message. So we type equals XLOOKUP. We're looking up E109 in this case, within the same lookup array, and let's assume we're trying to extract the salary. However, given that this ID is not in the dataset, we want to add an error message, so we'll type not found. We can then close brackets and click enter. And as you can see, because this ID is not in our dataset, the error message not found is showing. Finally, let's perform a right to left lookup to return a name based on a given salary. So we type equals XLOOKUP. We'll type 45,000. We will then enter the lookup array, followed by the return array. And as you can see, this returns Alice, who indeed has a salary of 45,000. And finally, here's a summary table to summarize what we've discussed. VLOOKUP is reliable and simple, but can only look right and needs column numbers. HLOOKUP has the same logic horizontally, but also has the same limitations. Meanwhile, XLOOKUP overcomes these by not needing column numbers, looking up left, right, up or down. It uses clearer syntax and supports match modes and error handling. Therefore, if you're learning Excel today, XLOOKUP should be your default. And that wraps up this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you found it useful, and subscribe to the Excel Hub for future Excel tutorials, techniques, and examples.